Hey guys, hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. Today talk is about the solar inverters, I would say a budget series of them. Why budget? Because, well, not everybody can allow themselves or afford something that is middle class, like, I don't know, Brova, Adea, Solux, Sunsync, or Victron. I would not say anything is top class because, like, literally, an inverter can be desired to have something better. But I mean, seriously, if you are not up for those better guys, you might want to think to get something on the budget, and there are opportunities. So let's take a closer look at them. And, like, I mean, here on the screen I'm showing the very first option, but before actually proceed with that one, let me remind you, so these inverters are actually meant for single phase. They to be hybrid. They meant to be kind of off grid on grid setup, because some of them may work with the battery, some of them may work without battery. So it just depends. They might be like vice versa. They might be like kind of different hybrids, so they can be working like a grid on grid inverter, or they can be as in fully off grid inverter as well. But they are meant for the standard 230 volts grids, which is mainly Europe, some kind like mainly Africa, Asia, mainly Australia. USA is out of the league only because these guys have two phase split phase 110 volts, and I mean that is not fitting here. So if you're watching this from the US, you can cancel this video and go somewhere else, because, like, I mean, there will be nothing interesting for you guys. But for everybody else, let's go. So first one is an NG, and not just because I like it, or just because it's the first of my selection, and I have selected like 10 different brands for you. So it's just like the first one that appears to be open in my review. So they have, for example, in this exact link, the 6.2 kilowatt version with Wi-Fi, and 11 kilowatt two options, the one with paralleling function, which is more expensive, 641, and the one that is less expensive, which is 546. But thing is that not everybody of you will need this paralleling function. So I mean, if you seriously think that you want to add 10 kilowatts plus 10 kilowatts and maybe plus another 10 or 11 kilowatts, I mean, same series, then yes, go for parallel function. If no, just don't get it. I mean, that's very easy. That's very easy selection for you, so no issues with that. I mean, both inverters are old inverter versions are kind of okay. The only thing you have to consider is that the PV input for all of those, I mean, for almost all of those in the series will be reviewed today, are about 500 VDC. And what you have to take a closer look is the starting MPPT voltage, and there might be the difference. For an engine, for example, it's very low; it's 60 VDC, unlike for some others. So let's go somewhere else. Databoss, they had actually issued the inverter themselves, and this one looks very, very different. This one reminds me of the Sun of older versions a lot, but the thing is that I cannot find the Sun inverter recently on the lists. I don't know what happened with them, whether they gone out of market or whatever, but I just don't see them available. So that's why I'm showing you everything else except those. So this exact one is for 24 volts, might be good for camper. My friend, for example, got one, but the Sun version of a 24 volts DC, specifically for his camper with the flexible solar panels. Like, he's got like 7 of them or 8 of them, but I mean, it works nice, absolutely. So why not? The other option is the GSD Solar, and here there are two options currently, like 4 kilowatt one, the 24 volts setup, and the 48 volt in one for 6.2. And this one really, with this kind of filter on the side, in this exact version on the right side of the inverter, it has the additional air filtering element. And I mean, it reminds me of Must inverter a lot, and Must will not be here in this review today. But I mean, that is also a good option to consider, but search for this on your own, because that one will probably be the most expensive of those. Still, anyways, here the price policy is very nice: 350 for the bigger and 230 for the less capacity units. And I mean, the parameters, the characteristics here are what is important. So take a look. They clearly state the voltages for MPPT with the battery connected and with the battery disconnected, and that is different. So, for example, if you have the battery, you theoretically can run it out of any standard 2 I mean, bigger framed solar panels like 400 watts or higher. But if you are using it without battery, so probably you will need not even three. Three will definitely enough, maybe even four, or better even five. That would be probably the better working range for it. Anyways, I mean, just like do your math, and you have options. That's very good already. Another brand is Adea, the one that is available with a variety of options, like with Wi-Fi, with cables, and with Wi-Fi and cables, or without anything. Like literally, you can pick any selection. And I mean, it's kind of okay. It has got this kind of blue bar, which should be changing color, I think, once it has different states of the power source, like I mean the grid, the sun, whatever. So it should be changing color, or the battery. If the battery is low, it will change in color probably. So yeah, just take a look at the instructions once you get one. It has a color display already, but I mean, literally, all those inverters are kind of same, kind of similar. So in my opinion, in my personal opinion, it doesn't really matter a lot what kind of inverter brand or what kind of inverter specifically will you get, because technically inside they are absolutely similar with this tiny slightly difference that are really figurable for a really knowledgeable person who really knows the electronic schematics inside. I mean, if you are that kind of a guy, then probably you should search deeper for some kind of schemes for somebody who is maybe disassembling them, and that will be probably more important. For normal user, like it really doesn't matter, any of those will work. And I mean, you only have to pick something that you like, that looks better, or something that has better options, so the better pricing options, whatever. For example, specifically for me, I like this version of the Y and H inverter because of this button. I mean, those 10.2 kilowatt ones. I mean, they have this fancy one. I like it. I just like it. And I mean, double MPPT is already what is good. And double load split. They have a split load, by the way. What does it mean? It means that, for example, if your battery gets low, the auxiliary load. I mean, there is a main, the primary prime load, and the auxiliary load. So the main, the bigger one, the load output gets switched off, and only like the secondary one, which is kept to be the most critical UPS load, so to say, that is kept working on the low battery voltage situation, for example, or low battery percentage if you're connecting that with the CAN, whatever. Still, they have options for 6 kilowatts, 10 kilowatts, whatever, with Wi-Fi, whatever, without. Next is Unearn, and I like them because I mean they have a whole variety of those in colors and in options. I mean, all look same, all have same options, same possibilities. But just I mean, again, you have a selection, and the number of prices is very different. So it's really like important. Bear in mind, so my prices, I'm showing you the ones that I see based on the Ukrainian territory, because like I mean this is the price that includes free shipping, for example, in this case. And for your local for your local region that you are watching this video from, the price might be different. Under this video, I'm giving you the whole links, a whole list of links of those inverters, and also the page where they all will be on the same place. So you will definitely be able to take a look and to take a closer look on your own, or to search for something additional, for something very different, in case you're looking to get your solar set up. The other one that is very interesting inverter for me, and I will tell you why. This is FCHOW. And they have several options like 4.2, 6.2 kilowatts with Wi-Fi, no Wi-Fi. But the thing is, they have the integrated uh, combiner boxes inside. So you see the left side of the inverter, they have the surge protection and the circuit breaker. For the PV, they have the AC input leakage protector and the circuit breaker, and they have the DC circuit breaker additionally as well. I mean, that's a crazy lot of amount of switches additionally that normally you put somewhere on the box nearby, but they already built in. I mean, that's why the price for this unit is more expensive, because like they had thought of for you of all those and did all the communications already. So I mean, it's probably easier for you with all the connections. Next is PowMr. So That's the inverter that also is popular in my country, for example. They are quite often, they can be seen quite really, they are nicely accepted. They have options with the 6 kilowatts, 4 kilowatts. Prices are absolutely nice, with Wi-Fi, without Wi-Fi, whatever. Um, uh, MPPT range is very good. You see, starting 60 volts for the smaller version, and from 90 volts for the bigger version. I don't know, a good option to consider 500 volts max. I mean, that's a good example. So you normally see there like 8 bigger panels, or somewhere around 9, 10 smaller panels. It just depends. You have to do your math on the voltage open circuit parameters on the panels. Next one is Sako. I don't know why this one is so expensive. Maybe because of this fancy design. But I mean, if you're up to cool design, why not? I mean, very good option. Why not? And the other thing that is really, really interesting for me, this is the SRNE inverter. And I mean, this one really is interesting to me because they try to mimic Deye, I guess. Take a look at closer at this scheme, this image from the bottom of the inverter. They have grid, gen, and load. Gen, doesn't it remind you from anything from something from Deye? Gen port, right? They have this. But I mean, here, I mean, it has a parallel CAN, RS485, USB, Wi-Fi, dry contact, and like it's loaded. Yes, definitely. That's why it's pricey as well. But I mean, I'm not sure. I don't know how they were able to finally mimic the Data functionality, and if that is one as good as Data, I don't know. I'm probably eager even to try one. But seriously, the only thing you have to also consider about all of those inverters is active cooling. So all of them have massive, kind of massive ventilators, and they are quite noisy once they are working. So consider using the separate room for them. Consider the noise basically. And I mean, if you don't want to have any noise, just go for the 5 kilowatt, 6 kilowatt single phase inverter like I did, like the one that I have. I will give you also the link in the description to this video so you can check what's in there. But I mean, that one is more expensive. That one is already of another league. I mean, this one is still in that level. It's in that level in price. So yeah, you have your options. Let me know in the comments who did I forget. I mean, those are the ones that are available on AliExpress specifically, not the ones that can be available on your local market. But I mean, at least now you know the variety, so you can pick something that you know more about. So hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and hit that bell to not miss anything that comes further, because there definitely will be more. Thanks. See you.